of your favorite things about being home? Coming home, whether it's the first day you're back or getting some time to spend time in Vancouver, what's one of the things you like?
Well, for me, it's just like even go for walks or just being around the city. Getting some errands done, or maybe going downtown looking for a new tie or little things like that. Get away from the game, and sometimes just putting your feet up, going home. It's nice to go home, not always in a hotel. But to me, it's obviously the great restaurants and walking around the city. That's what I enjoy about Vancouver.
Pettersson made the great read on Miller's goal. My understanding, he was out there for like 40-plus seconds. Had that situation get off, Millsy comes in, bangs it short side. How much better is Hoglander in understanding not to extend shifts? That he's improved to a great degree, but there's also that, sometimes, I think I can make something happen when you're better to get off the ice.
Yeah, huge. And that was a problem, I'll be honest with you, early on is, that one last, I'm going to try one last try. And then you're tired, you come off. But I think the overall bench management, other than too many men, but the overall bench management of the guys was at all-time high last game. If you watch, I dropped the 3 lines. I can't remember somebody extended more than 40 seconds. And to me, that is unselfish. That's Canuck hockey. And that's putting your teammate in the right situation, not changing when he has to back check. So I think for me, that's the most proud about this team is last game, how we gave our teammates better chances on the ice with fresher guys. And I think that's something that's hard to do all the time. If you ask all the coaches in the NHL, sometimes most of us complain about changes or extending your shift. So if we can be really good at that, it can be an extra couple of wins a year. It really can.
When you were on that October trip, you started to play better in Tampa. But you got, like a lot of teams, you got Kucherov. You got a couple of late goals, and he scored a couple yesterday, and they're coming in here. That line, how much pre-scout can you do on that line, or do you more or less know what they're all about?
Well, you got to pre-scout them. Kucherov, for me, arguably the last, if you look at the last 8 years, if you're talking about one of the best pressure players in the league, how can he not be in the top? Anytime Tampa needs a goal or a play under pressure, his fingerprints are all over it. So I have so much respect for that guy, what he does, what he brings to that team. And he's dangerous. You got to know where he is on the ice at all times.
Positioning and release are 2 things he has going for him, right? You can find that he takes the cross seam and.
Well, his position is patient with the puck, being able to change direction with the puck, and there's no coincidence that after the season he takes a week off. He's on the ice. I think he skates all summer. He works on his game all summer. So you can tell a guy like that works on his game because. And it's true. For a guy that maybe takes a week or 2 off and then skates all summer and works on his skill, you can tell why he plays under pressure.
John Cooper gets the best out of these guys, although they went through the skid. He was kind of pulling his hair out a little bit there, trying to figure out, is it harder for a head coach, Rick, to get a team to a level you want to play at or sustain that level, or are they equals?
I think there's equals. I'm obviously a good friend of Coop. I'm a big fan of him. I think for him, he just knows at the right time when to lay off his players and when to give them a little bit of a push. That's hard to do, and I'm still learning that experience. And sometimes I'll call Coop myself and ask his opinion on stuff. And thank God he gives me some advice. But he's a type of guy that knows when to push and when not to. And that's why I think he's a great coach.
Okay. Just quickly on Hoglander, what's been like the secret to him working on that Miller-Besser line?
Well, I think his forechecking ability has really helps Millsy and Bess. He's a dog on the bone type of player. But more than that, obviously his defensive game's gotten better. He's still striving to be better. I had him out there last couple minutes of a period. But his puck protection has been the best I've seen since I've been here. I didn't know Hoggy much till this year. And I would say the last week or two, when he has the puck, his puck protection has been really good. Like if you watch him really dial in and he holds on to pucks, he's not losing pucks like he did early in the season. And I think that's a big part of his game. For a small guy like that to hold pucks, I'm not comparing to Marty St. Louis, but I will compare his, the last couple of weeks, he's protecting the puck as a small guy and coming out of the hole like Marty used to do all the time. So now is it sustainable and can he do it all the time? That's the next thing. But for me, that's what he's really worked on, especially with the Twins. They've really helped him on the puck protection part of the game.
And we've seen, you shift your line sometimes depending on the game situation, but Hoglander stays on that second line. So how much of a confidence boost is that from you to him saying, you're playing the right way?
Well, it's the same. It's the coach-player, relationship. Like if I can trust Hoggy, he's going to play. And I'm trusting him now. He's making the right play. If you watch him near the end of a shift, he's at the blue line, the puck goes deep, and he gets off. Maybe early in the season he would try a spinorama, or he wouldn't get it in deep. He'd try a high-risk play. That's the coach relationship with the players, the trust. If I can trust him, he's going to get more minutes. So hopefully we can just continue that relationship, and I can trust him, and he continues to meet me. I always say at the 50-yard line. We're meeting at the middle, and I still want him to be creative. I mean, I don't want him to dump pucks in. If there's a chance to go. But he has to. The game management part of his game, it has to always be on high alert.
Did you score wraparound goals in your career?
Not like Petey. I wasn't. I tried them, but I wasn't good as Petey. Lemieux was good at it too. Those are. I love wraparounds. I love wraparounds to start a game, to be honest with you, because it really puts a team on pause. But those two Petey have scored in the last month are pretty. Those are hard to do.
Yeah, the reason I bring that up is because we saw some. I don't want to say old Petey last night. We saw him drive the middle. We saw him make plays, but on the wraparound, he's got to establish position, hold it, fend off Aho, and finish. That's hard to do, right?
Well, I think it's just obviously the talent to have the puck on your stick and spin. That's hard to do, but his weight transfer. That's really high level stuff. And I think P's, these last couple of games, you're seeing him play a faster style, and I really believe Laugh and Mick, the way he's playing it, has really helped Petey.
We haven't talked enough about it, but how much of that is a product of Petey's improved strength? You have to have strength on your edges to hold off a guy and to finish, right?
I think it's obviously. I'm a big believer in workout. My thing with workouts in the summer, it starts right away, and I think Petey didn't take much time off. I think he worked on his legs and his core, and he's still maturing. He's still only 25. I mean, he still can even get stronger than he is, and you can't go from A to Z in one summer. It's going to take a couple of summers to get that strength, and I think he's chipping away at that strength part.